I wasn't planning on filming anything today, but I guess I woke up feeling sexy, confident. That song is so dumb. Hi, how are you? Welcome back to my channel if you've never been here before. My name is sajak, and this is my emotional support laundry. I really wasn't planning on filming anything today. Anything that I was planning on putting out soon. I have a bunch of stuff that I'm filming for spooky season. And then a bunch of stuff that I'm filming for my Patreon. So that was kind of all I was planning on filming today. And then, I don't know, I felt inspired by other people's stupidity, I guess. So this will be just a quickie, but I thought today we could talk about Katy Perry responding to being asked about why she decided to collaborate with Dr. Luke for that smash sensation. Women's World, Woman's World, Bobby's World, Wayne's World. I don't know. I'm not a Katy Perry fan. Before we get into it, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. We're really close to 27K, which I'm super stoked about. I have a really fun idea for when we get to 30K. So now you have that information. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel if you're not already. Please check, because YouTube has been unsubscribing people, and I have seen it myself, and people have been telling me that it's been happening to them. So just make sure you're subscribed, okay? And also, while you're there, go to the link in my description and make sure you're also registered to vote, because that's almost as important as making sure you're being subscribed to me. While you're there, you can click on the links to find out how to help Palestinian families, and you can find ways to follow me on social media. You can find my Patreon, my channel memberships. You can also buy my merch if you want it, and you can check out my Amazon storefront if you want to help me get my kids Christmas presents this year. So all of that, go do it. You have stuff to do. What are you sitting there for? BuzzFeed News, because this is what news is. There was literally a school shooting today, but this is what news is. Headline says, after losing hundreds of thousands of Instagram followers, Katy Perry explained why she collaborated with Dr. Luke on her upcoming album. So let's read about it. Ooh, you have to burp. Subheading says, warning, this article mentions allegations of rape, so they warned me, so I'm warning you. In July, Katy Perry released her divisive single. Is that what we would call it? We would call it divisive, not horrible. Her divisive single, Woman's World, ahead of her upcoming album, 143. The song centers around the theme of female empowerment. Does it, though? Okay. It centers around the theme of female empowerment the way that, like, I don't know, like a third grade girl understands female empowerment. And the divine feminine, with Katy singing lyrics like sexy, confident, so intelligent. She is heaven sent, so soft, so strong. And it's a woman's world, and you're lucky to be living in it. Literally, it's like a third grader's conceptualization of what female empowerment means. It's bad. It's so bad. However, several internet users quickly called out the fact that Woman's World had been produced by Dr. Luke, who Kesha has famously accused of drugging and raping her. Dr. Luke has denied the allegations. So it's a woman's world, but we're not girls in the woman's world, is what I'm understanding. Because personally, if I had a sponsorship, and earlier that year or a few years prior, one of my creator friends actually was like, I wanted to work with this company, but the representative that I was working with, he drugged and raped me. And then I was like, hey, you know what? It's a woman's world, and we're lucky to be living in it. So I'm gonna work with this rapist. The hell with you. Because that's kind of what happened. Katy's decision to work with Dr. Luke on a single about so-called female empowerment sparked fierce backlash online, with many users branding the collaboration insensitive and problematic. Not to mention, full of hypocrisy. How are you going to be like, oh, female empowerment? Oh, I guess I'll work with this woman's alleged rapist Sounds good. Those two things are not congruent. You know what I'm saying? Katy continues to face scrutiny for the collaboration, according to analytics site Social Blade, which is always the most reputable site. She's lost over 300,000 followers on Instagram over the past 30 days alone. Oh, curses! I'll send out a condolence card ASAP. Now Katy has finally addressed the outrage directly. I bet she has. Appearing on the Call Her Daddy podcast this week. By the way, I don't have this full... I'm not going through this whole podcast to find this. That's why we're reviewing the article, because I don't have the attention span for podcasts anymore. Appearing on the Call Her Daddy podcast this week, Katy was asked about her decision to collaborate with Dr. Luke.
I do want to ask you about one collaborator in particular, said host Alex Cooper. I know a lot of people have expressed disappointment and were really upset that you decided to involve Dr. Luke on this album. Why did you choose to work with him?
That's a wonderfully direct question, and I appreciate the way that she asked it. Katy replied,
Look, I understand that it started a lot of conversation.
I mean, I think it started one conversation, which was, why are you collaborating with someone who allegedly raped someone in your industry? Or anyone at all, for that matter. I think that was the conversation. Especially one about female empowerment, allegedly.
He was one of many collaborators that I collaborated with, but the reality is it comes from me. The truth is, I wrote these songs from my experience of my whole life going through this metamorphosis.
This is a non-answer. This is thus far a non-answer. This is not answering the question at all.
And he was one of the people to help facilitate all that. One of the writers, one of the producers, she continued.
He's an alleged rapist. Who cares? It's like Gabby Hanna hearing out Curtis Lepore because he's a human being. I'm sorry. If you're making time in your day for alleged rapists to help you work on a song about female empowerment, like, you can't write that kind of, like, hypocrisy. That's insane to me.
I'm speaking from my own experience. When I speak about woman's world, I speak about feeling so empowered now as a mother, as a woman, giving birth, creating life, creating another set of organs, a brain, a heart. I created a whole ass heart, she said.
Okay.
Katy welcomed her daughter Daisy Dove Bloom with Orlando Bloom in 2020. Stating that she's still a matriarch, Katy added, so I created all of this with several different collaborators. People that I've collaborated with from the past, from the Teenage Dream era, from all of that.
So you don't care that he allegedly raped someone in your industry, is what I'm hearing. Not only that, not only do you seem to not care at all that Dr. Luke allegedly drugged and raped Kesha, not only do you not care about that so much, you won't even take it head on and be like, I don't believe the allegations. Instead, we're going to skirt around it like this is some sort of female empowerment thing. I'm raising a daughter. I created a daughter. First of all, I feel so empowered now as a mother, a woman, giving birth, creating life, creating another set of organs, a brain, a heart. This is like, to me, and tell me if you also get this vibe. Maybe I'm just reading too much into this, but like, I am getting like we're heading into like pretending she's not a Republican and just being like mask off Republican. Like, I feel like this is where we're going with this. I don't know. Everything about this is icky. Like, that's the end of the article, by the way. That's the end. That's it. That was her answer. That non-answer was her answer. Like, I can't, the self-importance and the selfishness required to be like, well, oh well, like, they're collaborators I've worked with before. I have a daughter now who I'm teaching through my actions that we don't have to stand up for other women as long as we're pretending to say the right things when we put our art out. Like, you have a whole ass daughter. A whole ass, almost 5-year-old daughter? If one of her friends, God forbid, experienced the things that Kesha allegedly has experienced, you just expect your daughter to what? Turn the other way? Become friends with that person that hurt her classmate or whatever? This is it's a hypothetical, and it makes me feel weird too, but I'm just trying to really like drive home the fact that like you want to talk about how I'm speaking from my own experience. I'm raising a daughter that I learned so much from being a mother. Obviously the fuck not. You know what I'm saying? Obviously not. That song is the epitome of nothing. It is the epitome of talking just to talk. Because she's sitting here saying, oh, this is about the divine feminine. This is about female empowerment. No, it's not. No, it's not. The music video itself lends itself to misogyny. Anybody can dress up like Rosie the Riveter and be like, oh, female empowerment. It's like, that's not what that is. That is literally like a kid's version of what female empowerment is. That is absolutely no understanding or care or consideration for, you know, real feminism, which affects all genders and no gender, you know, agendered people. You know, I just feel like there's such a disconnect between wanting to save face and just saying what the you mean. Just say the thing. You don't care. You don't care about what Kesha has had to say about Dr. Luke. Just say that then. Because at least then people could have a shred of respect for that, because you're saying what it is. You're telling the truth. You're being forthright. This, you're just dancing around a question to pretend like you're some hardcore feminist female empowerment while you're actively working with someone's alleged rapist. Not to mention that even if you don't believe that any sort of assault or abuse happened between Dr. Luke and Kesha, he held her music hostage. He held her professionally hostage. If that alone is not enough to say, I don't want to work with that motherfucker, then you are not a girl's girl. And this is a woman's world and you don't belong in it. I don't know. I just think it's gross. I think it's gross. I think everything about the situation is gross. I think Katy Perry's gross. And I think her music is bad, and it kind of has been for a long time. You can feel free to disagree with me. I just spit all over myself. Anyway, that's all I got for today. I just wanted to yell about that a little bit. I gotta run to Walmart. We'll be back with some more content later in the week. Stay tuned. Alright, bye. Get out of my house. We're really close to 20. Anyway, sorry, didn't mean to yell at you. It's all clean. Honey, I'm pretty sure all the gays see through you by now. This gay sure does.